What's up everyone, we're the DIY Dudes. I'm Drew.
And I'm Eric.
And today we're going to be showing you how to install laminate or vinyl flooring over top of the existing tile and reusing the trim.
Yeah, so this project is an entranceway into a house, and that means it includes a closet and also a small bathroom. So we're gonna have to disconnect a toilet and a sink. So let's get started.
It's important to adjust the height of the door jambs to make room for the new vinyl floor. Use a piece of floor to measure the new height, and then use your saw or multi-tool to make the needed cuts. The new floor needs to fit under the toilet and sink, so we will remove them now during the demolition process. The basic tools we need for this install are a tape measure, pencil, rubber mallet, and flooring pull bars. These two pull bars are specifically designed for floor install and are used to make adjustments to the flooring as we work. Our speed square is used to mark nice straight lines. And finally, we have these two tapping blocks, which I have cut from an extra piece of floor. We use these to hammer against so we don't damage the new floor. The tongue and groove of the vinyl flooring always needs to be installed from left to right. For this installation, we're going to start in the far outside corner and begin with one full run of tiles. Unfortunately, in this case, the first tile is going to need to be cut. To give you guys an idea of how the floor is going to lay out, prior to me doing the first cut, I'm going to roughen a few pieces just to give you an idea of the layout. Because this is a vinyl tile, it's not necessarily going to be a randomized pattern, but the goal here is to replicate a symmetrical ceramic tile look. We are going to continue this spacing of tiles throughout this project. Because our first tile needs to be cut to fit around the door jamb, the first thing needed to do is mark the length so that the tile will just be covered by the door jamb. And remember, we previously trimmed all of the door jambs during the demolition process to conceal the edge of the tile. Make sure you use a speed square to mark straight lines for your cuts. Some vinyl tile can be cut using a utility knife. However, for best results, we use a compound miter saw. Any cleanup can be shaved afterwards with a sharp utility knife. And with your cut complete, the tile should slide right into place with the door jamb concealing the edge. For the next piece, we need to, again, cut the tile to fit around the door jamb. To measure the depth of the cut, we connected the tile joints and marked the location. For the width, we take a measurement using our tape measure from the wall and always ensure to leave a small gap that will be concealed afterwards by the trim. Because we need to fit both pieces under the door jamb, I'm going to remove the first piece and then lock both pieces together along the short joint. Be sure to lock the joint in place with your tapping block and rubber mallet, and then slide the tile back into place. The next few pieces are a straight run of full-size tiles. Connect each joint using the tapping block and rubber mallet. Now that we've reached the wall, the last piece was measured, cut, and slid into position. Since we are installing these tiles symmetrically, we have cut a tile in half, and we will continue that spacing throughout the project. Once the spacing is set, we continue on with installing another straight run. Make sure every joint is closed and even by using the tapping block and pull bar as needed. If you come across a vent like we did here, lay out the tile in the required location and mark the cutout for the vent on the tile. It should fit nicely in place, and we will use the same technique on the next piece to finish off the second course. Jumping ahead to our next obstacle, we have a multi-angle cut between the closet and the bathroom. To map this cut out accurately, I'm using a cheap multi-angle ruler which I purchased off Amazon to create a template that can be transferred onto the tile. Because this piece needs to fit tightly under 2 pieces of trim, we can't install using the typical method. We need to lock the long joint into position and then use our tapping block and pull bar to gently work the tile into place. Because we want our joint spacing to continue evenly and flow into the bathroom, we need to account for the position of the wall. To figure out how far the wall extends past our joint, we need to take a few measurements to double check that our starting position for the tile in the bathroom will line up exactly with the joint in the foyer. When we get to the toilet, the floor needs to be fit around the toilet flange. This cut does not need to be precise as it's covered by the toilet. So we roughly mark the location on a tile and cut it out with our multi-tool. Since we installed the new floor over the existing tile, we need to use a transition strip to tie into the lower floor. Transition strips are available wherever you purchased your flooring. Now install the trim, toilet, and sink to finish off the job.
So that's it. This is a really easy upgrade for pretty much any space that has existing tile. And what's really cool about this is it saves you all the demolition work that you would normally have to do by tearing out all your old tile. So that's pretty awesome.
And make sure you guys come back for part 2, where we transform this ordinary closet into a modern open concept design.
Yeah, and while you're here, give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and come back soon for more videos just like this.